Our next topic is generations of computer. The development of computer is divided into different generations according to their different specifications, like their functions, their size, their cost, and etc. The generation of computer is divided into 5 generations. First generation 1940 till 1956. Vacuum tubes. Vacuum tubes is the main term of generation 1. The computers which were made in generation 1 were made by the use of vacuum tubes. The first generation computers were very big in size, they were very expensive, and they produce a lot of heat and they need a lot of electricity to operate. वो कंप्यूटर्स जो जनरेशन 1 में इन्वेंट हुए थे उनके साइज़ बहुत बड़े थे, वो बहुत ज़्यादा हीट प्रोड्यूस करते थे, बहुत बड़ा एरिया कवर करते थे एंड उनको इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की भी बहुत ज़रूरत पड़ती थी. The first generation's computers were based on punch cards and paper tape and the output was printed on paper. It means कि फर्स्ट जनरेशन कंप्यूटर्स अपने आउटपुट या अपने रिजल्ट को पेपर पे प्रिंट करता था विद द हेल्प ऑफ पंच कार्ड्स. ENIAC, EDVAC और UNIVAC फर्स्ट जनरेशन कंप्यूटर के एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. UNIVAC was the first commercial computer delivered to a business client and that client was US Census Bureau in 1951. Second generation 1956 till 1963. The code word, the main term of first generation computer was vacuum tubes, but the main term of second generation is transistors because transistors replaced the vacuum tubes in second generation. The transistor was invented in 1947. The computers which were made in second generation were less expensive and more reliable than first generation computers. The second generation computers were smaller, faster, cheaper and more energy efficient than first generation computers. Assembly language and high level language were also introduced in second generation and the early versions of COBOL and Fortran were also introduced. The transistor technology were early supercomputers developed by IBM and LARC by Sperry Rand. These computers were developed for atomic energy laboratories. The atomic energy laboratories एक बहुत बड़े लेवल पे काम करती हैं. Atomic means the work which is done by atoms. Another important machine was IBM 1401, which was universally accepted throughout industry. IBM 1401 एक और इम्पॉर्टेंट मशीन है जो कि सेकेंड जनरेशन में इन्वेंट हुई थी. थर्ड जनरेशन 1964 till 1971. The main term of third generations is integrated circuits because in third generation Jack Kilby, an engineer, invented the integrated circuits. As you all know that The computers of second generations worked on the transistors, but in the third generation, the integrated circuits replaced the transistors. Transistors were placed on small silicon chips, and those chips are called as semiconductors. Due to the invention of silicon chips and integrated circuits, the punched cards and printout system was replaced by keyboards and monitors. थर्ड जनरेशन में इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट्स को इन्वेंट किया गया, जिन्होंने ट्रांजिस्टर्स को रिप्लेस करके सिलिकॉन चिप्स पे काम करना शुरू किया, और वो सर्किट्स एक छोटे से चिप पे प्लेस करके उन्हें कंप्यूटर में फीड किया जाता था, जिनकी वजह से कंप्यूटर उस वक्त लोगों की पहुंच में आ गया। लोगों ने पर्सनली तौर पे कंप्यूटर्स को यूज़ करना शुरू किया, और वो कंप्यूटर्स स्मॉलर भी थे एंड चीपर भी थे। फोर्थ जनरेशन 1971 till present, and the main term of fourth generation is microprocessors. The computers which were invented in fourth generation worked with the use of microprocessors. In the first generation, the computers were very big, and a single room was filled with a single computer. But in the fourth generation, and with the use of microprocessors, the computer came into the palm of the hand. It means कि वो computers जो first generation में पूरा रूम कवर करते थे, वो एक इंसान के हाथ पे आ गए थे। And in 1981, IBM introduced its first computer, but in 1984, Apple, you all are familiar with the Apple, introduced the Macintosh. These small computers became more powerful. They could be linked together to form networks. फोर्थ जनरेशन के कंप्यूटर्स ज़्यादा पावरफुल थे और वो डिफरेंट नेटवर्क से कनेक्ट हो सकते थे। एज यू ऑल नो दैट कि आजकल के कंप्यूटर्स किस तरह काम करते हैं, बहुत डिफरेंट नेटवर्क्स, एंड आप दुनिया भर में कुछ भी सर्च कर सकते हैं, किसी से भी बात कर सकते हैं। तो आजकल के कंप्यूटर्स फर्स्ट, सेकेंड एंड थर्ड जनरेशन से ज़्यादा पावरफुल हैं। फिफ्थ जनरेशन, प्रेजेंट एंड बियॉन्ड, and the main term of fifth generation is artificial intelligence. Now, what is the artificial intelligence? In fifth generation, present and beyond मतलब आज का वक्त और आने वाला वक्त। आने वाले वक्त के लिए कंप्यूटर को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डेवलप किया जा रहा है, और डिफरेंट कंप्यूटर्स को इस तरह प्रोग्राम किया जा रहा है कि आने वाले वक्त में कंप्यूटर को कोई इंस्ट्रक्शन देने की ज़रूरत ना पड़े। कंप्यूटर हमारी नेचुरल लैंग्वेज को समझकर खुद ब खुद उस पर काम करना शुरू कर दे, एंड विच इज़ केपेबल ऑफ लर्निंग एंड सेल्फ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, जो कि खुद चीज़ें सीखना शुरू करे और खुद अपने आप को ऑर्गेनाइज्ड रखे। नाउ वी आर मूविंग टुवर्ड्स on our next topic, which is types of computers. On page number 13, computer is divided into different types according to their classifications. Computers are classified according to their purpose, their type of data handled, and their capacity. डिफरेंट कंप्यूटर्स को डिफरेंट टाइप्स में डिवाइड किया गया है उनके पर्पस को लेके, उनके डेटा को और उनकी कैपेसिटी के हिसाब से। नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज क्लासिफिकेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू पर्पस। General purpose computers. Now, what is the function of general computers and how are they designed? General purpose computers are used for different applications like payroll, accounts, inventory control, budgeting, and sales analysis. It means that general purpose computers are not the personal computers. They are just for the use of some applications, as I have mentioned before, like payroll, accounts, budgeting, and sales analysis. Special purpose computers. Special purpose computers are different from general purpose computers because special purpose computers are designed for specific tasks. These computers are only used for the big purposes like highway trolls, satellite tracking means the things happen in space. Air traffic control like airport, jet planes, air force, and industrial process control. As you all know that these all are the very big tasks. So these computers are designed to control these tasks. Before we studied the classification of computers according to purpose. Now we are going to study about the classification of computer according to type of data handled. Those computers who can handle the data are analog computers. The word analog is taken from the word analogous, which means similar. Analog computers are usually used in the big plants, industries, and petroleum refineries. एनालॉग कंप्यूटर्स को बहुत बड़े लेवल्स पे यूज़ किया जाता है, जैसे कि केमिकल इंडस्ट्रीज़ में, इलेक्ट्रिक पावर प्लांट्स में और पेट्रोलियम रिफाइनरीज़ में, जहाँ पर पेट्रोल और गैस वगैरह इन सब चीज़ों का काम किया जाता है. As I have mentioned before that analog computers are used to measure different quantities like temperature changes or voltages. As you can see in these pictures, this is an educational analog computer which was introduced in 1960 by Heathkite. And this is Vannevar Bush Differential Analyzer, the world's first electronic analog computer. The analog computers are also used in the field of robotics. After the analog computers, the other computers which are classified according to the type of data handled are digital computers. The function of digital computers is given in its spelling and it says digit. Digital computers specialize in the counting, like it process with the values binary 0 or 1. All commonly used computers are digital. Basically, digital computers work on the digits 0 or 1. Analog versus digital computers. Now, we will discuss about the difference between analog and digital computer. and they are distinguished on the following criteria. Number 1, data representation. Number 2, data types. Number 3, signal types. Number 4, transmission. Analog computer represents the data continuously. It means that the analog computers represents their data continuously. Digital computers represent their data by zeros or ones. Signal types. Analog computers work on the electromagnetic wave. Digital computers work by the voltages. Transmission. The transmission of analog computers is based on the content of signal, and the transmission of digital computers is also based on the content of signal. Applications. Analog computers are mostly used in the measurement of physical quantities and scientific applications. Digital computers are mostly used in business, science, and home. As compared to analog computers, digital computers are more popular, and the reasons for the popularity of digital technology is their cost, their data integrity, utilization, integration of data. Applications are faster, accurate, and easier to program. These are all the reasons of the popularity of digital technology than analog computers. Now, moving towards the next topic, which is hybrid computers. Hybrid computers are the combination of analog and digital computers. It can perform the system of both analog and digital computers. These computers are used in a very big projects like areas of engineering, space vehicle simulations, and training of astronauts. हाइब्रिड कंप्यूटर्स में डिजिटल एंड एनालॉग कंप्यूटर दोनों सिस्टम्स की कैपेबिलिटीज़ होती हैं, लेकिन हाइब्रिड कंप्यूटर्स को पर्सनल लेवल पर यूज़ नहीं किया जाता. हाइब्रिड कंप्यूटर्स को हायर लेवल पर यूज़ किया जाता है, जैसे कि स्पेस के काम के लिए, लाइक स्पेस व्हीकल्स, रॉकेट्स एंड सैटेलाइट्स एक्सेट्रा, एंड एस्ट्रोनॉट्स की ट्रेनिंग के लिए. एस्ट्रोनॉट्स उन लोगों को कहा जाता है जो स्पेस में ट्रैवल करते हैं. एंड द हाइब्रिड कंप्यूटर्स आर ऑल्सो यूज्ड इन द फील्ड ऑफ रोबोटिक्स. After the classification according to data, we are moving towards the classification of different computers according to their capacity. Supercomputers. Supercomputers are largest and fastest machine. It can perform 50 million operations per second. It means that it can do logical and complex calculations in seconds. It has the fastest speed. Supercomputers are used in dynamic systems. It means कि supercomputers को भी बहुत higher level पर use किया जाता है. For example, for weather patterns, for national or global weather forecasting, satellite tracking, cold testing of atomic and nuclear weapons, Cray Research, and Intel are well-known producers of supercomputers. It means कि supercomputers को जिन levels पर use किया जाता है वो है weather forecasting, मौसम के लिए, सैटेलाइट ट्रैकिंग, सैटेलाइट जो कि यूनिवर्स में जो सैटेलाइट्स काम कर रहे होते हैं उसको कंट्रोल करने के लिए, एटॉमिक और न्यूक्लियर वेपन्स जो कि बहुत हायर लेवल पर काम किया जाता है उनको टेस्ट करने का, उसमें सुपर कंप्यूटर्स का इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। मेन फ्रेम लार्ज स्केल कंप्यूटर्स। अ मेन frame originally meant the cabinet containing the central processing unit of a very large computers. Mainframe computers are known as large-scale computers, and these computers are very expensive machines and they are valuable to larger firms. For example, these computers are used to store the record of different organizations, and government uses these computers for the record of its nationals. Mainframe computers को different firms में use किया जाता है। For example, banks के records feed करने के लिए, like banks अपने कस्टमर्स के सारे रिकॉर्ड्स उसमें स्टोर करता है। नेक्स्ट, गवर्नमेंट्स अपने सिटीजन्स का रिकॉर्ड उन कंप्यूटर्स में सेव रखती है। The next topic is mini computers. Mini computers are powerful and they can do almost anything that large computers do. Mini computers भी बहुत पावरफुल कंप्यूटर्स होते हैं और ये कंप्यूटर्स भी वो सब काम कर सकते हैं जो मेन फ्रेम कंप्यूटर्स करते हैं। But many computers are slower in speed and their cost is much lower than mainframes. These computers are also larger than microcomputers. The companies which are at small level use these computers for their data and information. Microcomputers. Now, what are microcomputers? Microcomputers are those computers which works on a single chip processor or a system on a chip. It means that the system of microcomputers is controlled by a single chip. Microcomputers are also known as the personal computers. Those computers that we use at our homes, colleges, schools, and small businesses. Microcomputers are smallest computers, and these computers are designed for writing, illustrating, playing games, and communicating with other computers. In short, माइक्रो कंप्यूटर्स वो कंप्यूटर्स हैं जो आप नॉर्मली घर पे यूज़ करते हैं और उसके थ्रू आप गेम्स खेल सकते हैं, आप बहुत सारी चीज़ें राइट कर सकते हैं और लोगों से दुनिया भर में बातें कर सकते हैं। Just look at this chart. This chart is given according to the different functions of computers, like their processing power, their size, their applications, their use and users. And these are the different types of computers. Just study this chart very carefully, then you will understand the classification of these computers and the functions of these computers more clearly. The next topic is impact of computers and the internet on society. As you all know that the impact of computer in our society is very influential. That computer makes our life easier. Not only have computers had a great impact on our family life, but also on education and workplace. It means that computers are used in different industries and different companies and at homes and at every level, at your school, at your college, etc. The computer has a lot of impacts in different fields, and the first field which has the biggest impact of computer is education. The use of computer for educational purposes has been highly beneficial for students and teachers as well. The use of computers for educational purposes is very beneficial. As you all know that you all are students and you all study in the school, and your school has computer labs and you do practicals there. Computer is used for many things, not for practicals but also by the management of your school for record of their faculty. As you all know that कि एजुकेशन में कंप्यूटर का कितना यूज़ है. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल आप जो है कंप्यूटर में स्कूल से प्रैक्टिकल्स करते हैं और बहुत सी चीज़ें कंप्यूटर से सीखते हैं. कंप्यूटर के डिफरेंट डिवाइसेस, माउस, कीबोर्ड, सीपीयू एक्सेट्रा, इन सब के बारे में भी पढ़ते हैं. बहुत से स्कूल्स, कॉलेजेस एंड यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में असाइनमेंट्स बनाए जाते हैं, प्रेजेंटेशंस बनाई जाती हैं जो कि कंप्यूटर के डिफरेंट सॉफ्टवेयर्स की हेल्प से बनाई जाती हैं. सो द यूज़ ऑफ कंप्यूटर इज़ वेरी बेनिफिशियल इन द फील्ड ऑफ एजुकेशन and it is very important for the promotion of education. As you all know that कि आजकल आप लोग ऑनलाइन पढ़ रहे हैं and you are studying with the help of computer or your mobile phones. So this is all the technology and this all is happening because of the use of computers. The next field in which computers are used are workplaces and business. As we all know that in the kind of different jobs, computers are used in many companies, warehouses, factories and for other businesses. Most of the countries and most of the companies and industries, banks, offices are used computers for their record and their data. A computer could be made and put into robot that would be programmed to do this work every day with a speed and efficiency. Robots can be functioned with the help of computer. Computers are also used in large businesses. There are many types of computers and these types of computers are divided in different businesses or different offices according to their need. वर्क प्लेसेस और बिजनेसेस पे कंप्यूटर्स को यूज़ किया जाता है. ये तो बहुत ही कॉमन बात है क्योंकि डिफरेंट ऑफिसेस हैं, इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं, बैंक्स हैं. आप सबको ये बात पता होगी कि हर तरह की जॉब पे, हर तरह की कंपनी में कंप्यूटर लाजमी यूज़ किया जाता है अपने एम्प्लॉयज़ का रिकॉर्ड रखने के लिए. और बहुत से काम आईटी बेस्ड होते हैं जो कि सिर्फ कंप्यूटर पर ही किए जा सकते हैं. At the present time, computers are not putting too many people out of work. It is more that they are helping us to do work. Stores use computers to keep track of their files. Again, computers are very efficient for businesses and for different offices and companies. As I've explained you before, computer had a both negative and positive effect. On one hand, when the computer is helping us for doing our work, but on the other hand, computer has a very negative impact because it is making the people lazy, because it is doing the work very easily, and the human is becoming lazier. There is a chance of hacking in the computer. Your secret information and private information can be stolen by anyone. जैसे कि आप सबको पता होगा, हैकिंग के बारे में बहुत से कंट्रीज़ और बहुत से ऑफिसेस का डेटा जो है वो हैक हो जाता है, और उसकी वजह से उनकी बहुत सारे पर्सनल डॉक्यूमेंट्स और सब वो खो देते हैं. तो एक तरफ जब कंप्यूटर के अच्छे इम्पैक्ट्स हैं, तो दूसरी तरफ कंप्यूटर का नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट भी है. Is internet and the impacts of internet on the society. Internet is the largest network of the world that connects computers located at different parts of the world. We all are familiar with the use of internet and the word internet. That what is the function of internet? In today's world, internet is considered as the main source or main need in today's world. Around the world, the internet is available to millions of people. The internet creates new ways for citizens to communicate, congregate and share information. आप सब इंटरनेट से फेमिलियर होंगे. मोस्टली आप सबके घर में इंटरनेट भी होगा. इंटरनेट के बहुत सारे यूजेस हैं. इंटरनेट आपको दुनिया में आपके अपनों से कनेक्ट करता है. आप वर्ल्ड में किसी से भी बात कर सकते हैं. कंप्यूटर के ज़रिए आप बहुत सी इंफॉर्मेशन हासिल कर सकते हैं with the help of Google and with the help of other websites. Internet has and will continue to change the way we live. इंटरनेट जो है वो वक्त के साथ साथ और ज़्यादा एडवांस होता जा रहा है और हमारे बहुत से कामों को आसान कर रहा है. Okay, now moving towards the conclusion of the impacts of computer and internet on the society. Computer and internet has a great impact on our society. They are making our work easier. They are helping us. They are solving our many problems. And they are the main need in today's world. The both things, computer and internet, are the basic needs of today's world, and computer technology and internet will continue to have an increasing effect on society. The next topic is introduction to programming languages and language translators. First of all, we will study about the programming language. A programming language is a type of software. As you all know that we have our different languages, right? So same as us, computer has different types of languages in which we can instruct the computer, and computer will just understand those languages. A computer has a 3-layered system. First layer is hardware. As you all know that hardware is the physical look of computer, and the second layer is languages, which includes machine language, assembly language and high level language, and these three are known as libware. And the top layer is Fortran, C and Pascal. Now moving towards the definition of a programming language. Now what is a programming language? A program is a set of step-by-step instructions that directs the computer to do the task. We all talk in our languages, but computer has its languages, and those languages are known as Programming language. We will have to instruct the computer in his language, like in machine language, assembly language and high level language. Then the computer will do our task. जिस तरह हमारी different languages होती हैं, उसी तरह कंप्यूटर की भी कुछ languages होती हैं जो कि कंप्यूटर को इंस्ट्रक्ट करती हैं कि उसे क्या काम करना है. The next topic is machine language, which is also known as low level language. Machine language is a type of programming language. It is the language of computer, and this language is also known as binary language because it works on the two digits 0 and 1s. This is the language which consists a series of zeros and ones. Computer just understand the machine language. Each computer has its own unique machine language. Like as we all know that there are many types of computers in the world, and each computer and every computer has its unique machine language. मशीन लैंग्वेज एक प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है जो कि बाइनरी लैंग्वेज भी कहलाई जाती है और उसमें सिर्फ ज़ीरोस एंड वंस यूज़ किए जाते हैं. नाउ मूविंग टूवर्ड्स द नेक्स्ट प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. आफ्टर मशीन लैंग्वेज द नेक्स्ट प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज इज असेंबली लैंग्वेज. असेंबली लैंग्वेज इज द नेक्स्ट लेवल ऑफ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. The first level of programming language is machine language and the next level is assembly language. Assembly language is very unique. The assembly language is written in symbolic codes and it is also known as the mnemonics. The main reason for writing assembly language program is efficiency. The efficiency of assembly language is very good. Assembly language and machine language are very similar to each other. An assembly language program produces a faster and shorter machine language program. मशीन लैंग्वेज और असेंबली लैंग्वेज तकरीबन एक जैसे ही होते हैं, बट मशीन लैंग्वेज में ज़ीरोस एंड वंस यूज़ होते हैं, लेकिन असेंबली लैंग्वेज में बहुत सारे सिंबॉलिक कोड्स यूज़ किए जाते हैं. द नेक्स्ट प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज इज़ हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज. हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज इज़ ऑल्सो ए प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज. द मोस्ट पॉपुलर high level languages are Fortran, Pascal, etc. These are the softwares for high level language. High level language is closer to human language. मतलब हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज ऐसी लैंग्वेज होती है जो कंप्यूटर की ही लैंग्वेज होती है, बट वो इंसान की समझ में आ जाती है. उसके कुछ वर्ड्स जो है वो इंग्लिश के होते हैं और ऐसे वर्ड्स होते हैं जो हमें आसानी से समझ में आ जाएं. जैसे कि उसमें कुछ ऐसे स्टेटमेंट्स होते हैं जैसे गो टू एंड प्रिंट. नाउ व्हाट आर द फंक्शंस ऑफ गो टू एंड प्रिंट? वी विल स्टडी इट लेटर. सो हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज में बहुत से रेगुलर वर्ड्स भी यूज़ किए जाते हैं. मशीन लैंग्वेज, असेंबली लैंग्वेज एंड हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज आर द प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेजेस ऑफ कंप्यूटर. This topic is a concept of source and object program code. In this paragraph, basically we will study about source program and object program code. It means that those programs which are written in assembly language and high level language are known as source program. And when we convert the source program into machine language, it becomes the object program. In simple words, conversion of source program into object program. विच मीन्स कि वो प्रोग्राम्स जो कि कंप्यूटर में असेंबली और हाई लेवल लैंग्वेज में टाइप किए जाते हैं, उनको जब मशीन लैंग्वेज में कन्वर्ट किया जाता है तो उसे ऑब्जेक्ट प्रोग्राम कोड कहा जाता है, क्योंकि कंप्यूटर को सिर्फ मशीन लैंग्वेज समझ में आती है। दैट्स वाई हमें उसे कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है। उसी पर्पस के लिए कुछ लैंग्वेज ट्रांसलेटर्स जो है वो इन्वेंट किए गए। उन लैंग्वेज ट्रांसलेटर्स के बारे में हम आगे पढ़ेंगे। ओके, सो द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज लैंग्वेज ट्रांसलेटर्स। Now, the first language translator is assembler. Assembler is a program that converts an assembly language program into machine language. As I've explained you before, that we need to convert assembly language and high level language into machine language. So the function of assembler is that it converts the assembly language into machine language. Just remember this with its name, जैसे कि assembler assembly language को machine language में convert करता है. The next language translator is compiler. Now, what is the function of compiler? Compiler is similar to assembler, but compiler converts the high-level language program into machine language. It means that assembler converts the assembly language into machine language, but compiler converts the high-level language into machine language. The next and the last language translator is interpreter. Now, what is the function of interpreter? The interpreter also translates the high-level program into machine language. मतलब interpreter का काम भी यही होता है कि वो high-level language को machine language में convert करता है. The major difference between compiler and interpreter is that the compiler translates whole program into machine language at once. इंटरप्रेटर और कंपाइलर में सबसे बड़ा डिफरेंस ये होता है कि इंटरप्रेटर पूरा प्रोग्राम एक साथ कन्वर्ट कर देता है, बट कंपाइलर पार्ट्स में कन्वर्ट करता है, और आप जितनी बार उस प्रोग्राम को ओपन करेंगे आपको उतनी बार उसको ट्रांसलेट करना पड़ेगा इन कंपाइलर. बट अगर आपने वो प्रोग्राम इंटरप्रेटर की हेल्प से कन्वर्ट किया है तो वो प्रोग्राम आपको एक ही बार ट्रांसलेट करना पड़ेगा, और आप उसे जितनी बार भी ओपन करेंगे तो वो मशीन लैंग्वेज में ट्रांसलेट होकर ही आपके सामने आएगा. सो हियर द एक्सप्लेनेशन ऑफ लेसन नंबर 1 पार्ट B ends. Hope you all understood the chapter. Take care of yourself.